Oh, hello there. For decades people have argued whether or not video games are art. Roger Ebert once famously said that video games can never be art. However, the same people are more than happy to argue that cinema is an art form. But when we really look at it, aren't these two mediums the same? Aren't we well past the stage of comparing these like apples to oranges? Cinema and gaming have long since converged, be it interactive movies like Black Mirror's Bandersnatch, or cinematic games like Red Dead Redemption, or a mix of both, like Life is Strange. Gaming and cinema aren't so easy to brush off as separate entities. No one proves this point better than Remd Entertainment. Remd Entertainment is a Finnish story-driven game developer best known for Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control. Remdy's games aim to blur the lines between Hollywood and gaming, and they're not afraid to show off their inspirations. Whether it be for bullet time in Max Payne that's ripped straight from The Matrix, or the fact that Alan Wake opens by citing the game's biggest influence.
Stephen King once wrote that nightmares exist outside of logic.
However, neither of these games show off the extent that Remedy blends the lines between cinema and gaming. No, that title goes to what I believe to be their most underrated and ambitious project to date. Quantum Break. You see, Quantum Break is a hybrid action game, choose-your-own-adventure game, and TV show that released in 2016 to positive critical reception. You have traditional gameplay sections where you follow the hero, Jack Joyce, as he tries to come to terms with his time-manipulating abilities and prevent the collapse of time itself. Then there's the junction points, short segments where you play as the villain Paul Serene and make decisions that affect how the game's and TV show's story unfolds. And the TV show that follow various workers in Paul Serene's company, Monarch. Unlike Alan Wake's tie-in show, Bright Falls, Quantum Break show directly connects to the story being told in the game, to the extent where each episode plays individually after each in-game chapter. So, we ask, how does this prove that cinema and gaming has become a single art form? How is Quantum Break anything more than a convoluted mess of ideas? Well, Katrin Alphons theorizes that game narratives can augment and reinforce film genre conventions, since the player actively brings these conventions to life through gameplay. In regard to the 2003 game, Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds, she states the player of Chaos Bleeds deconstructs the traditional gothic heroine, and thus becomes the agent of cross-media interactivity by enacting ideas familiar from other parts of the Buffyverse. In this sense, players understand and relate to the themes presented in the show better since they are the ones personally experiencing them through gameplay, and their actions in the game, even if they're linear, feel more impactful because it takes place in the same universe they're familiar with. The idea expands between Alan Wake and Bright Falls too. People who watch Bright Falls before playing Alan Wake will feel a more intimate connection to the game since they'll be interacting with a world and characters they're already familiar with. Meanwhile, fans who played Alan Wake beforehand will feel a stronger connection to Bright Falls since its mystery fills in loose ends from the game during a time the titular protagonist wasn't around. But what if gaming could expand beyond that? The likes of Chaos Bleed and Alan Wake are all well and good, but what Quantum Break aims to do is take a step further. In converging the two separate mediums, Quantum Break creates an experience where you don't only feel a stronger connection to these genre conventions because you played a game or watched a show. You feel a personal stake in all segments of the game because it is all one connected experience on the disc. Moreover, it's a connected experience the player actively influences through choice and consequence. I'm not saying every game is like or will be like Quantum Break. Even Remedy's latest game, Control, has taken a step back from the level of ambition it presented in its prior. However, Quantum Break is an important milestone in gaming. For once, people didn't have to argue over whether or not gaming could be considered art, or if gaming will ever be on the same level as cinema. For once, a game didn't have to lose out on gameplay to tell an interesting choose-your-own-adventure story. For once, even for a brief moment, cinema and gaming truly became a single experience. And it's hard to deny. It was glorious.